You're watching Sri Lanka's number one sports hub, www.papare.com, coming to you live from Royal College Sports Complex. Dialog Schools Rugby Knockouts quarter final number 3. It's a battle of the states here at the Royal Complex. Second seeded St. Joseph's College take on the Antonians. It's going to be a very interesting one, like we told you yesterday. It does not matter how well you have fared before the season, and it does not matter what has happened before the season. It's a winner take it all here at the knockouts. Dialog Schools Rugby Knockouts play for the President's Trophy. Already two teams have looked at slots in the semi-finals. College and St. Thomas's will be playing semi-final number 1. And today we have St. Joseph's College taking on the Antonians here, and also on the other side of the city at Colombo Park we have the two teams, Wesley College taking on Science College, and the winner of that will play the winner of this encounter. It's going to be a very, very interesting clash at both the ends. So make sure that you're logged on and watching Sri Lanka's number one sports hub, www.thepapare.com, as we bring you these live pictures. Joining me in the com box is Romario De Silva. Romario, a warm welcome to you.
Thank you, Sudarshan. Yes, hello and welcome to everyone joining us here. I think we will be in for a cracker game as St. Joseph's College line up against St. Anthony's. Good, the weather is holding up here at Royal Complex, and we will be surely in for a good running game of rugby.
Yes, taking a look at the weather, it's quite sunny here at the complex, and the maximum temperature reading at 30. We will definitely not go towards the minimum by the looks of it, and I'm sure the Josephians wouldn't mind this one, but the visitors who are coming down from Kandy will find it a little difficult to try and perform in these humid conditions. But the Antonians have traveled to Colombo as well a couple of times, so they will be somewhat accustomed to it. So it's going to be important that we have we might actually be in the earlier game for the Premier Trophy where Zahira College won. The referees did decide to take a break mid halfway because it was quite warm, so referees might opt to do that as well after consulting the two coaches in this game as well, because hydration is key to ultimate performance, isn't it, Romario?
Yes, indeed. As we see the past winners of the President's Trophy, St. Joseph's College, of course, winning in 2017. But after that, it has been St. Peter's who have been the champions on 2 occasions. However, they are not competing in this tournament. But Isipatana College will surely be looking to stake their claim as they have not won after 2016.
Yes, looking at these past winners since 2012, Isipatana College and St. Peter's College have been dominant. Pete Wright's winning it twice, that is 2019 and 2018, and Isipatana winning it in 2012, 14 and also in 16. But the name that stands out, I told you yesterday as well, we chatted about this Science College in 2015. That was a cracker-lacking game. I remember this game very vividly in 2015, where they managed to get one over Isipatana College, because when it comes to knockout rugby, when it comes to these tournament finals, Isipatana definitely has the edge because they've been there so many times. They're accustomed to it. Their fans get behind them. The Green Army comes in all their might. But Science College managed to get over the Isipatana, and that was a commendable win for Science. I think that was their biggest trophy in their cabinet when it comes to rugby.
Yes, indeed, it was their biggest trophy, and even for the Josephians, 2017, it was their first ever trophy they won in rugby, and I think they'll be hoping to do one better and get it this time as well.
Yes, again, I think the Josephians also cherished that trophy a little more because they managed to get the better of Isipatana at race course. And it was an incredible game. What we're going to do now is we're going to go for a quick commercial break, and we will have so much more to talk about this game when we return to the Royal Complex. So don't go anywhere, we will be back.
What's the best ceiling sheet, Mr. Basunda?
That's the Ino ceiling, the Rhino ceiling, a wood pattern finish.
You can color it your way. The plain ceiling.
The roofing's Rhino.
The ceiling's Rhino.
Incredible strength. I know.
Durability that's high.
I know. Cost effective too.
I know.
It's the best choice always.
Over half a century of trust, now in a new formula. Rhino Roofing and Ceiling Sheets.
I know. Rhino.
Pain? Don't let it get you down. For instant pain relief, Baraka Joint Ease Fast Action Spray. Baraka Joint Ease Spray, your pain relief partner on the field.
මොනවදාලු මේවේ කිසි ක්‍රිස්පි ගතියක් නැහැනේ.
ක්‍රිස්පි නේ? එතකොට මේ කර කර ගාලා හැපෙන්නේ?
කර කර කාලේ හැපෙනවා.
මොනවද කිව්වේ?
ක්‍රිස්පි කේස් මෙතන බෑ. ප්‍රශ්නේ ක්‍රිස්පි නම් උත්තරේ ක්‍රිස්කෝ. මෙලිබන් සේවරි ක්ලික් එකේ ක්‍රිස්පි කික් එක.
ක්‍රිස්පි නේ.
ක්‍රිස්කෝ නේ?
Welcome to the universe of the Raz. Whatever you want, whatever you need, all you can imagine is on your feet. When miles are abridged, happiness is unlocked. Discover your Daraz.
අයිනෝ රයිනෝ පුතා හැබැයි යා ගෙදර නිදියන්නෙම අමුතු තැනක.
කාලගුණය කොහොමුණත් රයිනෝ නං වාලට සේෆ් තමයි මුළු ගෙදරම. Rhino Cement Roofing Sheets. Then you know Rhino. I know.
දරස් ලෝකයට එකතු වෙන්න. ඔබට සැරිසරන්න. සිත්සේ තෝරාගන්න. හැම දේම ඔබ
Singer, the skipper Pereira, and also in the number 10 jersey is Sahan Kirtisiri, who's been a standout performer for the Antonians and he ended the league as the highest point scorer of the league. Tyrone and Rodrigo in the wings, Velagidur and Sela Peruma partner up in the centres with Disanaika, the last line of defence for St. Anthony's College. And for the Josephians, the Jors who ended their league run as the runners-up of the league after a very impressive showing against Wesley College.
Yes, indeed. St. Joseph's College will be quite happy with how they ended the season.
Atakorala, Senabiratna, Rodrigo, Sanchita Lanka, Janit Marasinghe, Minidu Patirana, Sachinta Vidyana, and the league's highest try scorer, Navin Marasinghe. Vihango Randeep and Dilhara Subhash will be the half-back combination with Amarasekar and Rodrigo, Mandar Amarasekar and Ruchita Rodrigo making up the centres, Randika Dahamje and Dehan Tharuka in the wing, and Tehran Karunanaik, the skipper, drops back to the last line of defence. Tehran has been impressive in that number 13 position but has to take that responsibility of dropping back to number 15. We've seen some good impressive counter-attacking runs from Tehran in the last game that was concluded, Romario, so we should be expecting a little more from him come the quarter-final.
Yes, indeed. I think more of the same is what Nilufer would have asked from him, and he has to take control of the game and his team as he lines up at fullback. He lines up there because Isuru Kanchana has been moved back to the bench as we see the match officials. Dilum Deshana, of course, will be the referee and he'll be assisted by Arunashant and Pradeep Indiga. Plenty to play for both teams, and as they make their way out of the tunnel, and prepare for the final hurrah before kickoff.
The two teams taking to the middle, customary huddles. Clash of the Saints. Romario, and we will have a team introduction where both the teams will be introduced to the dignitaries who have graced this occasion. The quarter-final, number 3. Looking for the participants and the occupants of semi-final number 2s, which will be held on 4th of September. It's going to be very interesting because remember, Isipatana plays at St. Thomas's, who will get to play the winner of Wesley and Science. We will find out in a matter of 80 odd minutes from now as the two teams line up. Match officials, like we told you, Dilum Dishan being the man in the middle with the whistle.
Yes, Sudarshan, I think the first semi-final will be a cracker-lacker of a game as Isipatana take on St. Thomas's. Both the teams with two potent backlines, and I think if St. Thomas are to make the unbeaten champions work, I think they'll have to tighten up in defense, and especially their backline defense.
Earlier in the evening, we had the two teams going through their final preparations. Antonians, of course, focusing a little more on their lineouts. That's been an area that they have had a little bit of trouble. And against this Josephian team, it's important that you try and deliver your best possible effort in the lineouts and also in front. St. Joseph's, on the other hand, will definitely be more potent in their forwards play. Romario, that is the area that they have a distinct advantage when it comes to any team in the league this year, because they have been a real force when it comes to line out time.
Yes, indeed. I think the forwards did put their hand up throughout the season, and unfortunately in the two games that the forwards didn't turn up against Royal and Isipatana, the Josephians failed to get the victory. So I think the forwards setting up a platform for the backs to attack has been vital, and that's what the Josephians have been hoping that they will be able to do, and today as well they'll be hoping for the forwards to put on a show.
Looking at the Antonian lineup, I think some of the standout players, we spoke about how Sanket Siri has been impressive, been the highest point scorer of the league, but the Antonian hooker who will be wearing jersey number 17, Riolano, has been impressive as well. He's one of those hard-working players who likes to work hard and get things moving, knows his way to the try line as well. So he's going to be key for the Josephians. Goes without saying, our league's highest try scorer now in Marasinghe is a unit and a half. But if you are to take the best number 7 of the league so far, Sachin Tanavidyana is going to be impressive for St. Joseph's as well. He's going to be key alongside their number 10 Dilhara Subhash on how it will pan out for the lads in white and blue hoops, as the Josephians take another small huddle right in the middle of the field. Two impressive teams lining up and readying themselves to take on each other. So for some of them, it will be the last time they wear their college jersey in a school's rugby knockout competition. So they will want to make sure that they make this one important, that they make this one count.
Yes, indeed. I think that's something they will cherish for the rest of their lives, and they would want to just go out there, enjoy themselves, and do everything what the coaching staff has asked from them. And if they manage to do so, if they manage to hit their targets, and if they manage to find their supporting lines and support, I think either team has a chance. going into this all-important game.
For the Antonians, their halfback Pereira ready to kick-start the proceedings. The Lumdation starts off the proceedings with the opening whistle. Here's St. Joseph's opting to run from their 22 meters through their center, Mandara. Good clean ball to Dilhar, who puts the ball high up, and underneath that was Disanaika. Now the return kick. A little bit of a lapse in communication and a swinging arm. That's going to be a penalty for a high charge for the Antonians. It was a lazy swinging arm, and hopefully referee will let that one go.
Number 15 number 15.
Yes, indeed, the referee having a bit of a chat with the captain and the player. Chase was good, but unfortunately, as Subhash collected and ducked under it, the tackler's arm just braced his neck, and that's what the referee went back for. As the line out is cleared well by Rodrigo. Rodrigo, of course, did have a sublime game in the final game as he replaced Subhash early on, but this time around Rodrigo is lining up in the second center, in the outside center position, as Subhash has found himself recovering from concussion and lining up in this game. Seneviratne preparing to throw into the line out. Goes high and well collected by the Josephian lock forward. Here's Vaidyana, gives it out to Naveen. Bounces off one, takes a couple of men to bring him down. Now Dilara Subhash gives it out to his centers. Teran Karunanayaka tries to draw and pass, but holds on. Still pumping his feet goes Teran. Dilara Subhash gives it out to his big forwards running in support lines. Now Vaidyana beats a first, beats a second, pumps his legs, takes about 4 men to bring him down. Dilara Subhash gives it out to Mandara. Mandara gives it out to Rodrigo. Steps inside. Is brought down in a good tackle, but unfortunately the Antonian penalized as the player was not rolling away, and here goes the quick tap taken by the little nippy scrum half for St. Joseph's College. St. Joseph's College still with possession inside the opposition 22, making good headway, but the referee calls play back as there was no advantage of the penalty, and the defensive line, of course, not retreating 10 meters back, and they're penalized as Dilara Subhash puts the ball out into touch. I think it has been quite a good start for St. Joseph's College, and even in the past league season they did start off well on a couple of occasions, and that helped them with the game all around. Now it will be Seneviratne to throw into a 4-man line out. Bit of confusion, but Vaidyana manages to secure the ball at the back. However, unfortunately the referee says that the throw wasn't straight as St. Anthony's College opt for a scrum.
Yes, a very good opportunity for the Josephians. I think there was a little bit of a confusion there. Antonians will be looking at their exit strategy from here on, because they will want to make sure that they play as much rugby as they possibly can in the opposition half, and that's the way to try and strangle and try and contain this Josephian outfit. Both these teams met in the league as well, so they will have taken notes from their previous encounters. They will know the style of play that they will want to try and execute against their opposition.
Yes, indeed, and In the first league encounter game, of course, St. Joseph's College were trailing at half time, but after that a good second half showing helped them get over the line. But now Ravin playing in the number 15 jersey, of course, slotting in at 9.
Short arm jab. Quickly taken by Vihangarandripa, going on the short side. Gives it out, but slightly isolated at that time. Referee says play on. Antonians managing to pounce on that ball. They had to do something because they were under the pump and pressure. But referee calls that present. They weren't 10 meters from that scrum free kick. Short arm penalty. Now decision to be made by Subhash. What they are going to do. Quickly takes it quickly. Here's now in Marasinghe crashing through into the 5 meters, still on his feet. Finally brought down by the Antonians. Now Antonians trying to slow that down, spoiling away good work in the counter-ruck by the Antonians. Josephians opting to keep it close to their forwards. Vidyana carries the ball forward, but the defense is good around the fringes. But this time around, referee calls offside and a try is scored. The man touching down is Navin Marasinghe, who started it off, picking up exactly where he left in the league. Marasinghe,
minus a shoe, he somehow manages to get over the line, and St. Joseph's College get the start that they were looking for. I think good bit of work by the forwards, who managed to rumble their way forward. In fact, it was Navin himself who started and broke the line, and from then on I think St. Anthony's were going back in defense, and there was no stopping the Josephian attack.
Incredible stuff, because from a distance of 5 meters it's always very difficult for any defensive outfit to stop that man, Mountain Marasinghe. So Josephians are getting in on the act. 7 points to their account within 6.5 minutes on the clock. So the Antonians yet again having to chase the game from the get-go. Will want to try and play in the opposition half. They haven't been able to go into the opposition half still with ball in hand. This is how the first score came about. Marasinghe surveys on which side he wants to go, gets the body positioning right, sees the line, goes over it. As easy as that from Marasinghe. Here's the restart from St. Anthony's. Karuna Nayaka carrying the ball. He's a very good ball carrier as well for the Josephians. Now to Vidyana, making the angle a little better for Dilhar. Run deeper, kick from the base. Then he's in touch within the 10 meters.
It looks like the ball has been touched in that clearance, and that's why the play was let go, as Tilum Dishana saw the little bit of a touch as the little number 9 cleared his lines.
Important line out for the Antonians. They need to get yes, very good, very well done by the Antonians, managing to counter that ball from St. Joseph's. Accidental offside by St. Joseph's. Antonians doing it very well initially, isn't it, Romario? They managed to bring the ball down. And on all Dialog prepaid mobile and home brand and television services, you will get a 10% bonus reload if you are going to use Genie. So make sure that you download the Genie app and get that benefit of 10% every time you reload.
Yes, and that was the ball that was brought down, sacked well by St. Anthony's College by the number 4 and the number 1. Madhushan and Pille was the man on that occasion.
Here are the Antonians. Kirtisiri gives it out to his centers. Rodrigo coming in, and Antonians on the charge now, looking absolutely dangerous. Here's The skipper, Amar Singh, carrying the ball forward, and that's going to be penalised. Hands on the ground, says the referee, not supporting their body weight. Antonians now need to be a little composed. Quickly taken, and that's going to be the first try for St. Anthony's College. Straight away replying, and that is the halfback Pereira who touches down for Anthony's, wearing number 15.
Yes, indeed. I think that was a great try. The move was set up in that earlier play from the line out as the backs stretched the ball wide. The Josephian defense was caught lacking, but there was a last-ditch tackle made by Rodrigo, but the penalty came from that incident as the player did not release the tackled man on the floor, and the quick tap, and Disanaga just found himself diving into space.
Absolutely incredible stuff, and this is what you expected, and this is what you wanted from the Antonians as well, to strike back as soon as possible and to make sure that they capitalize on this one.
Yes, indeed. I think this is the perfect reply their coach and they would have been looking for, and now Kirti Siri with the opportunity to level things out.
Kirti Siri, a beautiful left-footed kicker, will fancy this angle. Short jab, and that's through. 7-all. Everything to play for. Antonians reply straight away. Incredible stuff. Otherwise, it would have spoiled this game, Romario, because when St. Joseph's go in front, let's say 10-0 or 15-0, that would have been a little too steep a mountain for the Antonians to climb. But taken quickly by Pereira, steps outside, then steps in. Josephians caught napping.
Yes, indeed, the Josephian defense was caught napping, and the conversion made no mistake by Kirti Siri.
Here's the restart. Underneath it is Rialano, who steps. Now Antonians playing with a little more confidence. Takes the ball in, available for Pereira at the back. Kirti Siri gives it out to the big number 7, Zaki. Here's Pereira to Kirti Siri, who puts ball to boot. Good high-hanging kick. Available for contest, has lost it forward, the Antonians now. Tehran gives it to Mandara, who tucks the ball in. Yes, we have a run deeper to Vidyana. Run deeper to Dilhara. Referee says advantage over, so available for the Antonians to steal this one if they can regroup. Run deeper. Now gives it out to Dilhara, who takes it in himself. Beg your pardon, that's Rodrigo.
Got himself in a good position, but unfortunately just did not support his body weight as his hand touched the floor first. And now an opportunity for St. Joseph's College to grab the lead back.
It's important that you keep your discipline in defense, isn't it? Otherwise, giving away penalties like this is not going to help the cause. Now the Josephians in perfect position. They've opted to go for the line out instead of going for points, which I thought would have been the better option. Try and get ahead, get that psychological advantage. But now the Josephians, that's why the Josephians got the advantage of the penalty.
Yeah, I think if they manage to get some points out of this line out, they'll be very happy. But if not, I think they will be kicking themselves for not taking the penalty. But now Senay Ratna to throw in to the line out.
Yes, overthrown, and pouncing on it is an Antonian. That was the Antonian halfback. Brilliant offload, but what a lovely tackle that was. Just top stuff from St. Joseph's.
Yes, indeed, a great tackle coming in there by the winger of St. Joseph's College, as he made no mistake, lined up his opposite number. It looks like it was the Hamje on that occasion. Made no mistake, and a good forward moving tackle, and the opposition knocked the ball forward.
The deputy of the Josephian side, sitting in waiting, Jayawardena. Unfortunately had to suffer an injury halfway through the league, couldn't play the last couple of matches. Might be hoping that he'll get a couple of minutes before the game is over as Randeepa feeds in. Yes, Marasingh breaking an offload into Randeepa. Randeepa gives it to the big Rodrigo. Here's Randeepa.
Okay.
Kicks it, but in pressure. Antonians. Yes, I think little miscalculation by the Sanayaka. Quickly taken by the Josephians. Advantage for St. Joseph's. Antonians not to retrieve in 10 meters. Here are the forwards. But referee will go back to the initial infringement at number 14 of the Antonians was the guilty party.
Captain.
A little bit of a push. Hopefully referee will just...
Okay. Next time yellow card use kar teammate ka message.
Well, that's a warning. Three penalties have gone for not 10 meters. So Antonians have to be mindful because the next time, next person who violates that will get a yellow card. That could be your flyer, that could be your halfback, or that could be your hooker, Romario. And if that's the case, that's not ideal for any team. So they need to be mindful of the 10 meters.
Yes, indeed, and it looks like a team warning. So neither player in their team cannot infringe, and if they do so, I think the referee might escalate.
Here's St. Joseph's with an opportunity, goes to number 6 but spills the ball forward. Second time that they've opted to go to touch when they had a kickable penalty. Second time they've just spilled it forward. So they need to be mindful of the options that they're taking, because that is 6 points that they have laid on the ground, Romario, that can come back to bite them in the back later on in the game.
Yes, indeed. I think they did everything right in the line out. They collected the line out, but unfortunately the transfer did not go to hand for Naveen Marasinghe as he knocked it on forward. 2 opportunities inside the opposition 22 go begin for St. Joseph's as the Antonians will be looking to clear their lines.
Yes, Pereira feeding it. Keithesiri putting the ball to boot, and St. Joseph's getting a line out in a similar position to the earlier one. It will be interesting to see what they want to do. Earlier they went to their number 6 through Seneviratna.
Still the opportunity is there for St. Joseph's College if they are to get some points out of this. This time they'll be hoping that their line out functions better.
This time they go to the trusted man Vidyana. Referee playing advantage as the Antonians are found guilty of an infringement in that line out, but will now go to the penalty. Right. Brilliant communication by referee Delumdeshan. The penalty was awarded because the Antonians had hands on the man who was up in the air, and that is not allowed. You need to make sure that the player lands safely before you go into contact, and that communication is absolute key with the players so that they can make sure that it's not repeated in the next time they go in for a line out. Interestingly, St. Joseph's opting to go for a scrum, Romario, from a penalty. They tried 2 line outs. They tried twice kicking out and then looking at the options, but this time around opting to go for a scrum says that they are not entirely satisfied with how they performed in the line out. But again, why not go for those 3 points?
Yes, indeed. I think they are looking to get maximum points out of this, but having said that, they would not want to lose the opportunity, lose too many opportunities.
Now yes, Marasinghe shoving away Pereira, but good work by Seki to finally bring him down. Not an easy man to bring down. And here's Mandar Amarsekar for St. Joseph's carrying the ball forward. Antonians putting pressure on that ball. Marasinghe, this time Jonik Marasinghe carrying the ball forward for St. Joseph's. Forwards getting in on the attack, and this is where St. Joseph's are really potent, but the Antonians managing to turn over and secure that ball. That's going to be a penalty. He wasn't supporting his body weight. Hands on the ground, on the counter ruck. Get out of jail free card for St. Anthony's.
Yes, indeed. 3 opportunities to go for points, but all three missed by the Josephians. And now St. Anthony's College, through the boot of Sahan Kirtisiri, will have the opportunity to clear their lines and take a deep breath.
Good kick by Kirtisiri, which brings play to the 40-meter mark.
This was that breakdown, Sudarshana.
Now take a look at this. Good work initially, but keeps his hands down, and you're not allowed to do that. The moment you do that, you have an unfair advantage over the opposition.
Yes, indeed. You need to hold on to your body weight and maintain it while you're cleaning the ruck.
Here's Rilano to the Antonians, who set it up. Now the Antonians will be looking to drive this one. Once calls the referee. Going nowhere is the maul, as the Josephians have put in a committed effort here. Slowly inching their way. St. Anthony's now have found a rhythm. It has come down, but has been penalized for coming in from the sides. So Antonians, getting some momentum, will want to make sure that they try and capitalize from here. Kirtisiri has a very educated boot underneath him. If he can get some distance on this one, and he does, the forwards will be revving to go. They will want to make sure that they repeat their performance in the earlier line out. Try and put pressure on St. Joseph. They will be in two minds, whether the Antonians will set this one up or whether they will go wide.
Yes, indeed. St. Anthony's will be hoping to turn momentum into points, something that the Josephians did not manage to do so. But unfortunately, the line out did not go straight, and now St. Joseph's College back again with the turnover ball through Mandar Amarasinghe.
Mandara taking the ball down. Here's Teran, puts in a grubber. That's a very good territorial kick by Teran Karnanaika, the skipper.
He would have been hoping that it stayed in the field, but unfortunately bounced out and beat everyone into touch.
Again, the Antonians back in their own territory. Luckily for them, they have a first 5'8" with a monstrous boot, so they'll be hoping that they can get this one safely and get out of jail as soon as possible. Opting to go to number 2. Good work, but referee decides that it was not straight. So Josephians now with a golden opportunity inside the 22 meters. On the 22 meters rather.
Yeah.
No bets for guessing who will come out with the ball here. Romario, it's going to be Marasinghe hopefully, but if he can attack that short side, there is only one winger to beat.
Yeah, I'm sure he must be eyeing that short side, as Deshan too did go to the open side but was sent back by Dilara Subhash. Now the ball's fed. Yeah.
8, 9, 14, and here they go. St. Joseph's College. Well, Romario and I will be taking appointments for fortune telling.
Yes, indeed, Sudashra. That was a lovely bit of play there by the 8, 9 and the 14, of course, Deshan Tharaka, as he goes over for the second try for St. Joseph's College and gets them back in the lead.
Lovely bit of stuff, because there was a massive opening on the short side which the Antonians did not realize.
Yes, and as you can see on the replay, the flanker, he was wearing the number 8 jersey, but lining up in the flanker position, he got caught on his heels and caught napping, and the scrum half grabbed the ball and committed the final man, drew and pass, and one of the most simplest tries Deshan Tarak would have scored this season.
Yes, lovely work by the trio from St. Joseph's. Here's Dilhar to add in the extras, a little bit of a difficult angle for him. Strikes it well, but not the direction. So the score will remain at 12 points to 7. 24 minutes on our clock. And to remind you, this is the third quarter final of Dialog Schools Rugby Knockouts for Dialog Schools Rugby Knockout for the President's Trophy, and update from the game in at Havelock Park. Currently 0-0 is the score from the updates we are getting.
Deep restart by Kirtisiri and well collected by Tehran. Puts in a return kick. Kirtisiri back again onto his educated left boot. Tester for Dilhar Subhash, but he beats the first man running down the wing. Is brought down in a bit of a high tackle. Referee playing advantage. Now Mandar Amar Singh takes it and goes down the short side. St. Joseph's College still with attacking ball as big number 1 Jehan goes in, sets things up. Now to the short side they go. Boot to ball by Dilhar Subhash. Bounces it in the 22. But Kirtisiri collects, and that was a bit of a stoppage there by the chaser, and I think if he did not stop, he could have had an opportunity to tackle Kirtisiri.
Yes, I also thought so, because Kirtisiri looked like he was castled right on his own try line. Maybe, I guess it was in the chaser's mind whether he will be a little late, because Kirtisiri took a half a second more. If he had not taken that half a second, he could have gotten the kick away, and the chaser could have given away a penalty. So
cautious play, you could say, there by the St. Joseph's College chaser, Rodrigo, if I'm not mistaken. Now the referee still not too happy with the backline defense of St. Anthony's, as Senevratna throws into the line out, collected by Sachintan Vaidyana. St. Joseph's College Maul going forward with an advantage. Here's Naveen Marasingh pumping his legs, beating a couple of men, but looks like there was a hand in that ruck. Referee calls for time off, and this is the yellow card that was pending from about 10 minutes ago.
Well, that is the Antonian flanker Zaki. Beg your pardon, that's Pillay, who's been sent to the naughty chair for 10 minutes, and not ideal for the Antonians. They will play the rest of this half and a little bit of the second as well without one of their locks. And when it comes to scrum time, Josephians will have a massive advantage. Who would want Naveen Marasingh to be crashing in on your midfield?
Yes, indeed, and that's exactly why that penalty was. He did the hard work first, but unfortunately after he lost out, he continued to have his hands in the ruck. As now Senevratna with the ball at the back of the maul.
Antonians found offside this time around. It was Riolano. Now Marasingh crashes on with the ball. Now St. Joseph's carrying the ball forward. Here's Mandara. Vidyana now reaching in for the try line and has crossed the white line. Good awareness by Sachintana, who knew exactly where that whitewash was. And just like that, Josephians getting their third try. 17 points to 7. They go in front. The Antonians now slightly dipping their shoulders. They started off well, and it's this third quarter of the match that second and third quarters of the match that they have had problems with Romario throughout their league season. They've started well and they finish well, but in the middle periods, if they do not try and perform, kind of like Sri Lanka cricket's a middle order, if you don't perform in the middle period, you're going to find it difficult with good teams.
Yes, indeed. I think switching off is detrimental, and that's exactly what they do. Unfortunately for St. Anthony's College, that has been the call of the season, as the conversion is successful by Dilara Subhash. They do start well, but unfortunately does not manage to hold on throughout the game, and that's what brings St. Anthony's down.
5 minutes to go in this first half, and the Antonians need to try and get some score before they go into half time, which will do a world of good to their confidence. Again, Keerthisiri putting in a massive deep kick onto the hands of Vihanga Randeepa, who kicks it back, finding Pereira to Keerthisiri now. Keerthisiri gives it out. Antonians looking to run from their own half in counter. Need to make sure that they secure the ball. Earns the penalty because the Josephian lock, Sachin Tralanka, was not rolling away. So Keerthisiri now with an opportunity to go into the opposition half and play some rugby in the opposition territory, finish up with some points. If they can get another try again, they can start afresh in the second half and put in a charge. Josephians, on the other hand, will be looking to close this one out to make sure that they have it under control. They're the favorites coming into the game. Obviously, Romario being the runners-up of the league will want to make sure that they put in a telling performance, put down a marker to all the other teams watching as well.
Yes, indeed, Sudarshan, and the 5 minutes before halftime and 5 minutes after halftime, two crucial passages of play, and neither team will want to switch off, but the line out, unfortunately for St. Anthony's, does not go straight. Yet another little bit of a letdown there by the hooker.
Not straight, says the referee. Antonian supporters went up in protest, but referee and the assistant deciding that it was a little too bent towards the Antonian side.
26 minutes gone at Havelock Park, and the news is that Wesley College have taken a 5-point lead.
Yes, 5 points to nil. Wesley leading Science College. That's going to be a very close one. Both the teams will want to capitalize on the opportunity of making the semi-final. Here's Randeepa feeding the scrum. Ball still available. Subhash puts the ball up. I did think that Naveen Marasinghe was running from an offside position.
Well, Sudarshan, I thought all the St. Joseph's forwards were offside on that occasion.
Here's the Antonians.
St. Joseph's College still with the possession.
Again, Subhash put in the kick, and the chasers were in front of him. Luckily for the Josephians, referee not spotting that. Oh well. Interesting call there. Referee says it was a loss forward, but it's going to be for a very, very interesting viewing, because like Romario and I said, it did look like all of them were offside from the kick. Let's try and see.
Yes, indeed, the try scorer Deshan Taraka, I'm sure he would also be a bit shocked how it all played out.
Now take a look at that. Dilar Subhash kicks from the 22-meter mark, and Naveen Marasinghe was right in front, and then Sachin Tralanka was nowhere close to being behind the kicker. So that was offside. That was the earlier infringement, and then after that, the next kick, if we can see, we'll come back to that after this conversion from Dilhar, and that's good as well. Fourth try converted.
Yes, Sudarshana, just as I said, switching off in the 5 minutes before halftime and after halftime could be extremely costly, and St. Joseph's College have made St. Anthony's College pay for switching off. Well, you could say in a little bit of a unlucky manner, but what matters for the Josephians is that they lead 26-7.
Here's the restart from the Antonians, who managed to pounce at the ball, but failed to secure it. But luckily for them, they have earned the scrum in their favor. Let's see whether we can take a look at the replay we were speaking of earlier. Here's the kick, and this man was right in front of Rodrigo, was right in front of Dilhar. Here's the ball coming in. Yes, he's lost it forward. He touched the ball before he grounded it. So easy work for St. Joseph's. Touching down.
Well, Sudarshana, what I thought was that he knocked the ball backwards, and then while going he dotted it down, but the referee said otherwise, and we will try to get another replay of it while this passage of play pans out.
Yes, let's try and take a look at that. I on second thoughts, I do agree with you there, Romario. Now here's the Antonians. A good crash in ball, but unfortunately losing it forward, and here's Tehran bringing it forward for the Josephians. Now Randeep will want to kick it from the base, and he does so. Seems like the Antonians have gotten a hand in there, and blows the whistle for half time on 35 minutes right on our clock as well. 26 points to 7 is the score for the Antonians. Now we will try and take a look at what happened in the first half. Very interesting first half, Romario, for St. Joseph's, because they've managed to run in 4 tries. We haven't seen that fluidity that we normally see from a Josephian back line, but their forwards really coming into the attack, and whenever the Josephian forwards deliver a good performance, they are golden.
Yes, indeed, and they surely set up a great platform for the backs to attack, but this time the forwards did attack very well, and it was the first try scored by Naveen himself, as there was a bit of a breakdown and off a scrum, and a couple of phases later Naveen Marasinghe found himself crashing over for the opening try of the game. And minutes later, the scrum half of St. Anthony's College, in the number 15 jumper, of course, Raveen, he crossed over to, and once the conversion was put over by Sahan, it was 7-all, but from then on it has been all St. Joseph's and all Deshan Tarak.
That has been a beautiful move by Tarak, and then it was Vidyana who knew exactly where the whitewash was. Very good game awareness, and exactly knowing where that whitewash was.
Bit iffy the way he dotted the ball down, but after that, this was that final try, as the ball was touched there, and then he did seem to dot it down there if you look at it in slow motion, but the referee thought otherwise along with the touch judge, and the try was converted, and that made the scores 26-7 in favor of St. Joseph's College. We will go in for a short commercial break and be back with the second half.
Welcome to the universe of the Raz. Whatever you want, whatever you need, all you can imagine is on your feet. When miles are abridged, happiness is unlocked. Discover your Daraz.
ප්‍රශ්නේ බාබකිව් නම් උත්තරේ ක්‍රිට්ස්. මෙලිබන් සේවරි ක්ලික් එකේ බාබකිව් කික් එක.
මෙන්න බාබකිව් නේ? අයිනෝ රයිනෝ පුතා හැබැයි යා ගෙදර නිදියන්නෙම අමුතු තැනක.
කාලගුණය කොහොමුණත් රයිනෝ නං වාලට සේෆ් තමයි මුළු ගෙදරම. Rhino cement roofing sheets. Then you know Rhino. I know.
ප්‍රශ්නේ ක්‍රිස්පි නම් උත්තරේ ක්‍රිස්කෝ. මෙලිබන් සේවරි ක්ලික් එකේ ක්‍රිස්පි කික් එක.
ක්‍රිස්පිනේ ක්‍රිස්කෝනේ.
Pain? Don't let it get you down. For instant pain relief, Baraka Joint Ease Fast Action Spray. Baraka Joint Ease Spray, your pain relief partner on the field.
ප්‍රශ්නේ බාබකිව් නම් උත්තරේ ක්‍රිට්ස්. මෙලිබන් සේවරි ක්ලික් එකේ බාබකිව් කික් එක.
මෙන්න බාබකිව් නේ?
For instant pain relief, Baraka Joint Ease Fast Action Spray, your pain relief partner on the field.
අයිනෝ රයිනෝ පුතා හැබැයි යා ගෙදර නිදියන්නෙම අමුතු තැනක.
කාලගුණය කොහොමුණත් Rhino නං වාලට සේෆ් තමයි මුළු ගෙදරම. Rhino cement roofing sheets. Then you know Rhino. I know.
Welcome to the universe of the Raz. Whatever you want, whatever you need, all you can imagine is on your feet. When miles are abridged, happiness is unlocked. Discover your Daraz.
ප්‍රශ්නේ ක්‍රිස්පි නම් උත්තරේ ක්‍රිස්කෝ. මෙලිබන් සේවරි ක්ලික් එකේ ක්‍රිස්පි කික් එක.
ක්‍රිස්පිනේ ක්‍රිස්කෝනේ.
Pain? Don't let it get you down. For instant pain relief, Baraka Joint Ease Fast Action Spray. Baraka Joint Ease Spray, your pain relief partner on the field.
ප්‍රශ්නේ ක්‍රිස්පි නම් උත්තරේ ක්‍රිස්කෝ. මෙලිබන් සේවරි ක්ලික් එකේ ක්‍රිස්පි කික් එක.
ක්‍රිස්පිනේ ක්‍රිස්කෝනේ.
For instant pain relief, Baraka Joint Ease Fast Action Spray, your pain relief partner on the field.
We live in a world that's rapid and demanding. We live in a community that values trust and reliability. So what if speed and convenience had a new makeover? Introducing the new Quickie.lk, Sri Lanka's favorite online marketplace. Quickie.lk, convenience delivered.
ප්‍රශ්නේ ක්‍රිස්පි නම් උත්තරේ ක්‍රිස්කෝ. මෙලිබන් සේවරි ක්ලික් එකේ ක්‍රිස්පි කික් එක.
ක්‍රිස්පිනේ ක්‍රිස්කෝනේ.
අයිනෝ රයිනෝ පුතා හැබැයි යා ගෙදර නිදියන්නෙම අමුතු තැනක.
කාලගුණය කොහොමුණත් Rhino නං වාලට සේෆ් තමයි මුළු ගෙදරම. Rhino cement roofing sheets. Then you know Rhino. I know.
ප්‍රශ්නේ බාබකිව් නම් උත්තරේ ක්‍රිට්ස්. මෙලිබන් සේවරි ක්ලික් එකේ බාබකිව් කික් එක.
මෙන්න බාබකිව් නේ?
We live in a world that's rapid and demanding. We live in a community that values trust and reliability. So what if speed and convenience had a new makeover? Introducing the new Quickie.lk, Sri Lanka's favorite online marketplace. Quickie.lk, convenience delivered.
ප්‍රශ්නේ බාබකිව් නම් උත්තරේ ක්‍රිට්ස්. මෙලිබන් සේවරි ක්ලික් එකේ බාබකිව් කික් එක.
මෙන්න බාබකිව් නේ?
Welcome to the universe of the Raz. Whatever you want, whatever you need, all you can imagine is on your feet. When miles are abridged, happiness is unlocked. Discover your Daraz.
ප්‍රශ්නේ බාබකිව් නම් උත්තරේ ක්‍රිට්ස්. මෙලිබන් සේවරි ක්ලික් එකේ බාබකිව් කික් එක.
මෙන්න බාබකිව් නේ? අයිනෝ රයිනෝ පුතා හැබැයි යා ගෙදර නිදියන්නෙම අමුතු තැනක.
කාලගුණය කොහොමුණත් Rhino නං වාලට සේෆ් තමයි මුළු ගෙදරම. Rhino cement roofing sheets. Then you know Rhino. I know.
ප්‍රශ්නේ ක්‍රිස්පි නම් උත්තරේ ක්‍රිස්කෝ. මෙලිබන් සේවරි ක්ලික් එකේ ක්‍රිස්පි කික් එක.
ක්‍රිස්පිනේ ක්‍රිස්කෝනේ.
Pain? Don't let it get you down. For instant pain relief, Baraka Joint Ease Fast Action Spray. Baraka Joint Ease Spray, your pain relief partner on the field.
ප්‍රශ්නේ බාබකිව් නම් උත්තරේ ක්‍රිස්. මෙලිබන් සේවරි ක්ලික් එකේ බාබකිව් කික් එක.
මෙන්න බාබකිව් නේ?
For instant pain relief, Baraka Joint Ease Fast Action Spray, your pain relief partner on the field.
අයිනෝ රයිනෝ පුතා හැබැයි යා ගෙදර නිදියන්නෙම අමූතු තැනක.
කාලගුණය කොහොමුණත් රයිනෝ නං වාලට සේෆ් තමයි මුළු ගෙදරම. Rhino cement roofing sheets. Then you know Rhino. I know.
Welcome to the universe of the Raz. Whatever you want, whatever you need, all you can imagine is on your feet. When miles are abridged, happiness is unlocked. Discover your Raz.
ප්‍රශ්නේ ක්‍රිස්පි නම් උත්තරේ ක්‍රිස්කෝ. මෙලිබන් සේවරි ක්ලික් එකේ ක්‍රිස්පි කික් එක.
ක්‍රිස්පිනේ ක්‍රිස්කෝනේ.
Pain? Don't let it get you down. For instant pain relief, Baraka Joint Ease Fast Action Spray.
Welcome back to the live action brought to you from the Royal Complex. Dialog Schools Rugby Knockouts quarter-final number 3. St. Joseph is currently in a commanding lead with 26 points to 7. Favouring them, they've run in 4 tries and have managed to make sure that they take a commanding lead. Antonians down him. Seems like referee Dilumdishana has received the message telling all the forwards, he's communicating to Dilhar that all the forwards in the 10-meter circle needs to be behind him and not in front.
Yes, he needs Sudarshan. I think he just needs to turn his head and say stop to the forwards once the kick is played. But that's behind us as Dilhar Subash kicks off the second half.
Antonians collecting it cleanly, and they need to make sure that they are the first team to score in this second. Yet again being guilty of going off feet versus an Antonian supporting runner. Ideal opportunity for St. Joseph's as they opt to go for 3 points.
Well, quite an iffy decision, especially with one man down. St. Anthony's College defending with 14 men, and he is of course the line out jumper as well for St. Anthony's. So I think St. Joseph's College are missing a trick, but looks like they want points. As we see that replay, the first man of course not supporting his body weight at all and on that occasion.
Dilhar lining up the kick. Strikes it well, has the distance and the direction. Through the sticks it goes as Josephians increase their lead 29 points to 7 through Dilhar Subash's penalty.
Relatively comfortable penalty on that occasion, and Dilhar Subash made no mistake as Kirti Siri this time puts a really good contestable restart, but unfortunately the ball just isn't collected by the chaser. But now St. Joseph's College in attack inside their own half. Now Vihanga Randeepa with the box kick. Deshan Taraka chasing a good contestable kick and well brought back, but this time the referee says offside.
Well, seems like referee has now started spotting the fact that the Josephians are in front of the kicker when they charge the kick. Antonians will be quite pleased that finally it has been brought into the referee's notice.
And now straight away an early attacking opportunity for St. Anthony's College. And if they had to rattle this St. Joseph's College lineup, I think they need a try from here. Yes, and that's the replay on that occasion. Bit difficult to spot, but the referee was placed in quite a good position, and he called that the player was in front.
Again, Riolano this time overthrowing as well. Cardinal error by the Antonians, because it's important that they take everything that comes their way. Have now been restored to their original number. Here's Terran. Ketisiri coming in cover. Couldn't get the man clean, but did very well to stop his proceedings. Subhash, and collecting that was Pereira. Pereira now looking to run on the outside, has two men. Should have given it out, but still on the move is Pereira. Goes to the line, and what a brilliant try. Absolutely top-notch stuff. You talk about counter-attack, but this young boy has delivered a masterpiece, absolute masterpiece. Romario HMS Pereira touches down for the Antonians. We are sorry that we can't give you his first name, because the team card that we've received does not have it.
Yes,
take a look at this.
Well, that was well collected by Pereira, of course, slotting back into his preferred fullback position. As it looks like there has been a bit of a change at half-time, but this is a replay of that try. Such a lovely bit of play, sublime play by Pereira. Beat the first man on the outside, put on some footwork, and there was no stopping him in that occasion. A great chase coming in by the Josephian flank, Vaidyana, but there was no stopping him as he dived under the post and struck straight away after the second half.
Exactly what the doctor ordered for the Antonians as Josephians restart. Man goes up, Vaidyana with brilliant work from the corner. But Josephians have lost this one forward. Here's Ketisiri, steps in. Now needs support to secure that ball. Antonians now playing with a little spring in the step after that score. Rugby is a momentum game, and they have the momentum on their side. Riolano takes it forward. Here's Zaki, who's returned. Beg your pardon, it's actually Pille who's returned from the Norwich chair. Now Ketisiri gives it out, cutting back inside. Is this Anaika? Josephians are now managing to pounce on that ball and have turned it over inside there, 22 meters. The replacement for St. Joseph's, Sichida Sanjina, gives it to Subhash. Underneath it is Disanaika. Disanaika going on counter. Here's Pereira. Not a very good pass, but collected by Zaki. On the round is Randika Dahamja. Beg your pardon, that's Rodrigo for the Antonians, and they touchdown. Back-to-back tries.
But the referee is just wanting to consult his AR.
Time on. No try. Forward pass.
Oh, well, it has been ruled as a forward pass. The final pass has been ruled as a...
Yes, indeed, Sudarshan. They did make something out of that bouncing ball. Zake and the replacement winger beat a couple of men and made his way forward, but this pass there on that occasion, unfortunate for them. Zaki did everything and started the move. He was there at hand to finish it, but unfortunately the pass by the replacement winger for, or rather Rodrigo for St. Anthony's College. Propelled forward from his hands. The referee brings play back. Great momentum shift here in favor of St. Anthony's College, and they are trying ever so hard to break down this Josephian defense.
Yes, there have been some replacement that have come in for this Josephians, especially their forwards. So Antonio is trying to rattle them. Here's Dilhara, puts the ball to boot. Seems like it was charged on by the Antonians. So St. Joseph's will get ball back. An important opportunity for them to try and get out of jail, get into opposition territory, because the Antonians, the Eagles, have been throwing all the punches in this second 35 so far. Romario?
Yes, and I think danger signs for St. Joseph's, but they will be just hoping that they can hold on in defense, and maybe a few points here and there will see them through. But now Naveen with ball in hand.
Ever so dangerous, takes 3 men to bring him down. Plenty numbers on the outside, but St. Joseph's ought to go to the boot. Here's the Sanaika, tiny character, but plenty of speed on him. Nobody to play halfback. Finally, Antonians make do with Velagedara. Yes, Velagedara at the back. To Pereira. Pereira shows and goes. Antonian seems like they've shifted their men, and this time around are guilty of holding on to the ball. Teran Karnanaika took it quickly, decided to kick. Now Antonians on the counter, isolated this time. Plenty of Josephian numbers, but unfortunately lost the ball forward, had all the right to the ball. He was supporting his body weight, was the tackle assist, but Antonians will be breathing a massive sigh of relief.
Yes, indeed. I think he had that extra second more than he thought he did, but unfortunately he was not calm at the most vital point, and the ball just fumbled forward by Rodrigo. Great decision by the skipper to take the quick tap and put the kick in, and thankfully this time the kick stayed in field without bouncing out. St. Joseph's College clearly overnumbered their opposition there at that breakdown, but unfortunately Rodrigo just knocking the ball on, as we see that kick chase replay here. Well collected by the Antonian Rodrigo, but he was beaten, and here goes the Josephian Rodrigo. He collected the ball, but unfortunately it slipped out at that vital moment.
Yes, if he had collected that one, Rodrigo would have been curtains for the Antonians, because all their men were in front of that breakdown. Here's Kirtisiri going out, and the pass goes out, and that's a loss forward in favor of there was a loss forward and a line out on offer, but St. Joseph's opting to go for the line out this time around. Romario?
Yes, I think Kirtisiri, he did delay the pass as much as possible, but unfortunately his winger was running a bit too flat and not coming in from deep, and that's why the pass went to ground and not to hand.
Vidyan collects it cleanly and makes it available. Josephians now rumbling forward. Still on the move are the Josephian forwards, rumbling away towards the try line. Maul has come down, but the referee says okay. Here's Vidyana breaking away from the short side. Has he touched down? Nope. Sailing off the ball, going off the feet, says the referee. So Antonians with a chance to get out of jail, they'll be quite happy, because the Josephian forwards seemed like they were content on scoring that one. So massive opportunity for The Antonians 29 points to 14. One more try to St. Anthony's and we are back in the game.
Yes, indeed. As we see that replay, Vaidjana spotted that there were loose shoulders on the blind side. He did take the ball, pick up and go, but unfortunately his supporting players, they went over their feet and did not support their body weight at the breakdown, as Kirti Siri has put in a thumping clearance from 5 meters out on his own try line, bringing the ball way back into his own half, of course, still, but inside the 10 meter line. Five-man line out being prepared for St. Anthony's College.
Front pale by the Antonians. Have the ball out. Kirtisiri takes it inside. Offloads to his prop. Atukoral, still on his feet but loses the ball forward. Good opportunity for St. Joseph's now. Here's where Sachin Thana seems to be present everywhere on the field for the Josephians. Randeepa feeds in the replacement. Sitija carries it forward. Here's Randeepa again.
Now they got numbers on the outside, St. Joseph's College.
Karnanayaka thinks about putting the ball to boot but decides to go in himself. Needs support now. Ball available back again for the Josephians, who are opting to go with one hit, one outside. Here's Sachin Thana. See space in front, one man to beat. Get out of my way, says Sachin Thana, but stop just outside the try line. Seems like he's lost it forward. Had a brilliant opportunity to score. Maybe should have gone to the corner, Romario, but lovely bit of work by the flanker, who spotted that space and sprinted through, but were stopped just.
Yes, indeed, Sudarshana. Pardon me, Sudarshana. Yes, he did beat a couple of men, and the winger chasing back 11 somehow brought him to flow. I think he should have just looked to hold on to the ball for dear life, but unfortunately it just came off his grasp and knocked it on just about 5 meters out from the try line. So another opportunity goes begging for St. Joseph's. However, they are still in a commanding lead.
They've come close a couple of times now, and the Josephians now making the changes, bringing in the replacement, fresh legs. Of course, Mini Dupatirana. And it's important for the coaches to have that player management in mind as well, isn't it? When you go to when and if you go to the next stage of the game, it's important that you have your players fresh.
Yes, and Vishika Pereira Fernando was a replacement.
Here's Kirtisiri, steps in, steps out, puts in a massive, monstrous kick. Just stop stuff from Sahan Kirtisiri, who brings play to the halfway mark, past the halfway mark from in goal. And this is the advantage that you get when you have a kicker able to clear your lines, your get out of jail card, and your exit strategy is much more secured.
Yes, indeed, Sudarshan. He has a thumping boot on him, and to make it ever so beautiful, it is a left foot as well. And on that occasion as well, he was rushed by the Josephian chasers, but somehow managed to beat the first man and clear his lines. Now Seneviratna hits his target, but not straight, says the referee, and the play will be brought back. And St. Anthony's opt for scrum.
So I think the wise call made by the Antonians, they've struggled with the line out as well. And what they need to do is to make sure that they are the next team to score. If they can be the next team to score, they will really rattle the Josephians. 29 points to with another score of 19, and maybe with the conversion 29 to 21 is too close for comfort for any team, and that's why maybe the Josephians opted to go for 3 points as well earlier. Here's Amar Singh, breaks and gives it to Selapurma. Selapurma carries it forward for the Antonians. Amar Singh at the back gives it to the big forward Atukorala. Ball available for Pereira. Here's Keithisiri, goes to the short side, changes direction. Now onto the corner. Rialano offloads to Pille. Pille carrying it forward inside the 22. Antonians building up phases and showing good continuity. Numbers on the outside for St. Anthony's. In the corner is Rodrigo, and that's a high tackle. Advantage to the Antonians, and not looking too good for St. Joseph's. That's the new man in, high tackle.
In fact, Sudarshan, I think that's the double try scorer Deshan Taraka. He finds himself getting yellow carded.
Penalty in favor of the Antonians. Referee will be tending to a player.
Yes, as you can see that replay, he did go a bit up, and unfortunately the tackle, after it hit the shoulder, it slid onto his neck, and that's why the referee has penalized him.
If you're suffering from joint or muscle pain, don't let it get you down. For instant pain relief, use Baraka Joint Ease Spray. Fast action and quick penetrating Baraka Joint Ease Pain Relief Spray offers instant relief from any type of joint and muscle pain associated with sports and day-to-day work. Available at all leading supermarkets and pharmacies as the Antonians go to the line.
Yes,
looking for an important ball. They need possession from here. They need to make sure that they hit the mark. Keithisiri going to the hooker and letting him know how important it is that he hits the mark. No problem. Collects it cleanly, but Antonians failing to bring the man down. Pereira's pass to Keithisiri. Keithisiri attacks the line. Stops inside the 5 meters. Here's Pereira to Rodrigo. Shows and goes advantage in favor of the Antonians as the Josephian line is found offside. So another penalty to the Eagles, taken quickly by Pereira. Advantage again. This time around the referee might go to the pocket. Ball spills out.
Time off. Number 19.
Well, number 19 of St. Joseph's College in trouble now. Second yellow. Josephians now reduced to 13 men. 13 against 15 for the next 10 minutes. Romario, this is going to be crucial passage of play. Crashing through the middle is Madhushan. Just stopped. Hands inside the ruck. Referee didn't spot that one.
Offside.
That's another offside.
You offside.
Referee penalizing that. Here's the ball quickly taken. Goes in.
That was the not 10 advantage, I think, what the referee went and Sinbin the player for.
Antonians again opting to go for a short take. Here's the prop forward Madhushan taking the ball forward for the Antonians. Baffles me. And here's Salaperuma on the charge. Taking the ball forward baffles me why Antonians are persisting on taking this one quickly, because 13 against 15 go for a set play.
Yes, good to Darshan.
Trying to hit around the fringes. Here's Pereira.
Yes,
ball spilt forward. Ideally, should have gone for a scrum where they would have had the advantage and get the extra numbers onto the line, and it's a simple numerical advantage and simple overlap. They could have just scored the try.
Butterfingers there on that occasion by the Antonian player. Unfortunately, the number 8.
The skipper, Jay Number Singh, he'll have nobody else but himself to blame on that occasion. Had his eye on the try line and not on the ball. You need to catch the ball first to try and score. Josephian skipper Karna Naik barking instructions, telling his charges that they need to be forward, be composed and concentrate.
Number 8 and line.
Yes, and as you say that St. Joseph's College have been ringing the changes. Dilara Subhash is making his way off gingerly off screen. And now the referee just equaling numbers out at the scrum.
Hold it. Ball out.
Here's ball out. St. Joseph's under pressure. That was taken back. So that will be a 5-meter scrum in favor of the Antonians.
And now an opportunity for them to attack off a set play, Sudarshana.
Absolutely, because they will have that extra number out in the line. Josephians will have to make do. They have 2 men short. So keep an eye out on Sahan Kirtiseri for him to attack this ball, because he's a running fly off, and if this comes, rates for fortune telling is going to increase. Antonians options on both sides. Here's Kirtiseri, goes to the line. Can he touch down? Yes, he does.
Well, doesn't look so. Unfortunately, that looked like Kirtiseri did lose control of the ball, but it'll be interesting to see what our replays have to show.
Well, take a look at this. Pereira goes in, waits. Kirtiseri momentarily held up. Yes, he did lose control of that ball and did not ground it. Again, a 5-meter scrum in favor of the Josephians, who will be very much relieved if they can get this one out, kick this one out and get out of jail. They have been cornered by the Antonians in the past couple of minutes. Kicks the ball, still not finding touch. Antonians guilty of letting it bounce.
Great defensive line there by St. Joseph's College, and looks like the turnover is coming, and yes, it has come. The skipper puts his head into the dark places, wins the penalty, and wins the not 10 advantage, as well as Tehran goes bustling his way forward.
Here's Sachin Tanak. Gives it out to Marasinghe. To the Hamjaya in the corner. Well, touchdown. What a bit of play by St. Joseph's College. End-to-end stuff. They were cornered in their own goal line for so very long, but gets an opportunity, gets out at the mark. Randika the Hamjaya, the try scorer for St. Joseph's. St. Joseph's yet again managed to score with 13 men on the field. We saw that last weekend in the Bradby as well, where Royal managed to score with just 13 men on the field against 15, and the Josephians delivering a super performance here.
Yes, indeed, turning defense into attack, and St. Joseph's College, Naveen Marasinghe, it was first given to him by his flank, and Naveen got the offload away, and there was no stopping the winger. On that occasion, Randika was tackled by the final man, Disa Naik, but momentum shoved him over the line, and Randika scores the 6th try for St. Joseph's College. Correction, 5th try for St. Joseph's College. And now Rodrigo with the chance to convert from the near touch line.
This time around, the kick's raised, and the update from Havelock Park. Currently, Wesley College leading 17 points to 0. Have managed to run in 3 tries. And seems like will be the occupant of that second slot in the second semi-final. And by the looks of it, St. Joseph's look like they are going to go the distance. 20 points in front of the Antonians with just 12 minutes to go on our clock. As Antonians restart, here's Randeep. Gives it out to his first 5-8, who puts the ball to boot, kicks it out.
Great exit strategy there by the scrum half. Did not take any risks. Set up one quick ruck and gave it out to Rodrigo, and he put his boot through and cleared the lines for St. Joseph's College. And I think that try has now just deflated the visitors up from Kandy, and now a 20-point lead looks like a mountain to climb, and might be just a couple of steps too far for St. Anthony's.
Yes, so could be a little too steep, but remember, they still have the numerical advantage, and the line-out is not functioning at all.
Yes, and I think it will be extremely difficult to get any attacking platform if the line-out scrums and the set pieces don't work, and that's exactly what has happened today.
Yes, when your line-out is not functioning properly, it never is easy for you to try and capitalize. This time, Joseph is not finding touch. Kirtisiri putting the ball to boot. Pereira rather putting the ball to boot, and good defensive work by the Antonians as well, managing to put pressure. Now St. Joseph's using their forwards to attack through the fringes. Yes, Mara Singha. Randeep now with the box kick, kicks it out on the foot. Rare mistake by the Napi scrum half.
He has shown great control and has polished the Josephian forwards and backs well, but unfortunately on that occasion the box kick goes out on the full. Now St. Joseph's College with 14 men on the field. Line out yet again goes begging for St. Anthony's College, and things just seem to be going downhill from here for the Antonians.
But something that really can put your team down, isn't it, when you have set plays in your favor and it doesn't go your way. 61 minutes on our clock, and by the looks of it, we have already got the two teams that will play in the first semi-final. That is Isipathana College taking on the Thomians on 2nd of September at Dialog Park. The second semi-final, which is to be held on 4th of September. Looks like St. Joseph's will take on Wesley College. Lovely bit of work, but the transfer was not good. Didn't come through.
Pardon me, Sudarshan. Deshan had an opportunity, if he had collected that ball, to go in for his hat-trick. But good work there by the scrum half. He did all the hard work and got the offload away as well. But unfortunately, Deshan Taraka fumbled it forward. And now St. Anthony's College with yet another scrum, trailing by 20 points on the scoreboard. Raveen feeds the ball into the scrum, gives it out to Kirtisiri. He gives out a long cutout ball to the try scorer as the two wingers combine. Good tackle coming in by skipper Tehran, and looks like the ball has been turned over, and back again. St. Anthony's College win, holding on penalty in favour of themselves. Sahan Kirtisiri now takes a quick tap, beats a few, but rather turns and gives it away. Now St. Anthony's College good momentum driving tackle by Naveen comes there, and here goes the little scrum half, beats a couple of men, pops out a lovely ball there to the try scorer. St. Joseph's College with momentum on themselves. Now Randeep puts in another box kick, but not the best of kicks, but pounced on by Naveen Marasinghe. St. Joseph's College red hot on attack. Here goes Sanjeeva, beats a couple of men. He's finally brought down. It's like there was a bit of a knock on there, unfortunate for St. Joseph's College. They did pretty much all the hard work, but unfortunately did not manage to secure the ruck ball, and all that counter attack goes to end. So this is that little replay, little scrum half beating a couple of men, putting on some footwork, and a lovely pop there to the try scorer Ramdika. He set things up. The next kick did not go to plan, as it struck the own man in the ruck, but from then on St. Joseph's College a couple of phases later knocked the ball on, as Nilufer Ibrahim does seem to be ringing the changers. Shamod Seneviratna, Vihanga Randeep and Randika all making their way out. So it's good to see that Nilufer Ibrahim is emptying his bench and giving vital playing experience and game time to the new players.
Yes, having your entire squad game ready is important when you progress in a tournament like this. The knockouts, there are no second chances in this tournament. You need to make sure that you turn up and show up. But this time around, the Josephians not making the correct decision, kicking it out on the full outside the 22 meters is not what the doctor ordered for them.
Net gain for St. Anthony's, and Sahan Kirtisiri, he actually saw that the winger was changed and that he was out of position, and he put that thump in kick. Alahakon was caught out, and when he tracked back and gave it back to the fullback, it was a bit too late as he nudged it out on the full. Now Ravin to Kirtisiri, and he gives out a lovely cutout pass. St. Anthony's College with numbers, but a good tackle coming in by Rodrigo, and the penalty comes for St. Joseph's College. Holding on, says the referee, and it's that man again, Tehran, and he wins the advantage as well.
How many times have we seen him do that, Tehran Karnanaika? We may have shifted him to the fullback position, but you cannot keep him out of the game. Such a live wire, Karnanaika has been impressive despite suffering a concussion, which really did shake us all when it happened at that crucial game against Royal College.
Yes, and the referee goes back for the not 10 advantage. And now St. Joseph's College just need to calm things down, keep a hold of possession, slow the game, because the game is all but secured. They just need to put this into touch and take all their time in the world while going to the line out and settle things up. First things first, done right by Rodrigo, finding touch. Now it's all about controlling play.
Yes, closing minutes of the game now, the Josephians, it's all about controlling this game and making sure that you don't let your opposition score. Because what you do from here on is about how well you do your basics and how well you know how to close the game out, because this one may be in the bag, but the closer games, it's important how you close in the final couple of minutes of the game as the Josephian forwards go rumbling through to the front. Antonians yet to find an answer, struggling in the department of the lineouts, but have managed to hold on to the ball and bring it down, and they will come out with possession at St. Anthony's.
players not too aware what was happening on that occasion, but the referee had called that the ball did not emerge out from the maul, and hence the turnover ball in favour of St. Anthony's College.
Romario, it's time for us to try and decide on NGB player of the match. There were some very good performances around the park from both the teams. From the Antonians, the two try scorer Pereira at halfback has been very impressive, and alongside his first 5'8" Sahan Kirtisiri. But looking at the Josephians, there have been some standout performances as well, as Pereira takes the penalty quickly and go. We had a double try scorer from the St. Joseph's team. But Vihanga Randeepa has been absolutely brilliant as well for the Josephians, alongside the skipper Teran Karunanayaka, and also their winger who touched down twice. But I leave it to you to try and suggest who is going to be
Yes, indeed.
a player of the match.
Well, that's it. That's about it from here at Royal Complex, and St. Joseph's College managed to secure the game 34 points to 14. Comprehensive win for St. Joseph's College, and I think Vihanga Randeepa of St. Joseph's College is the NDB player of the match. He did control play, the link between the backs and the forwards. The forwards set up a good front foot ball for him to set up the back line, and St. Joseph's College in a dominating victory here at the Royal Complex.
Yeah, I do agree with you, Mario. Vihanga Randeepa has been absolutely impressive, but honourable mention to the Josephian skipper Teran Karunanayaka as well. He's been a live wire, and also Sachin Tenwaitan, as always, has been a workhorse. But Teran Karunanayaka has been difficult to take him out of the game. He's been the main exponent of the Antonians not trekking back 10 meters, and he gained a lot of ground for St. Joseph's College as well. But Vihanga Randeepa has been impressive. He did very well in getting those box kicks out as well. In the territorial front, he's been one of the standout players. The man on your screen, the NJB player of the match.
Vihanga Randeepa, yes, Sudarshana, the NDB player of the match, and he did surely have a great game, both in attack and in defence, and clearing the lines for St. Joseph's College, which they have failed to do quite a few times in the league season. But this time around, they know that any mistake is will be vital, and you can't lose a single game.
Josephian supporters will be delighted at how well it has gone for their team in this quarter-final, booking their spot in the semi-final and making sure that they're just 2 games away from winning that coveted Dialog Schools Rugby knockout title played for the President's Trophy. The year 2022, they won their maiden title in 2017. And now on to the second one. The full-time confirmation, 34 points to 14. St. Joseph's taking this one over the Antonians, who did put up a fight, and yet again, like we spoke, the second and the third quarters, the middle phases of the game, Antonians not being able to come out and perform in those important periods of the game, hurting them at the end of the game, as the Josephians kneel for brace, and this is what happened in the second half of the competition. Those 3 points were quite surprising, but Pereira, lovely bit of work, and what a try that was, Romario, and for me that was definitely the try of the match.
Yes, indeed, Sudarshana, definitely the play of the match that was, of course. But from then on, it was all St. Joseph's. Naveen Marasinghe setting up Randika, as he somehow managed to drive his legs and go over with momentum in the corner. And that was about it, 4 points. But was a great game of rugby here at Royal Complex, as St. Joseph's College managed 5 tries, converting 3 of them, and a penalty off the boot of Dilhara Subhash.
34 points to 14 versus the full-time confirmation. 5 tries to the Josephians and a penalty to go with it as well. And then came the Antonians with 2 tries, 1 in each half. Second half, they surely went ever so close to scoring another through their influential first 5-8 Sahan Keithasiri, but unfortunately lost control of the ball in goal. So the scores read 34 points to 14 in favour of the Antonians. Well, with the 4 quarter-finals done, the semi-finals of Dialog Schools Rugby Knockouts coming up next week on 2nd of September. We have Isipatana College taking on St. Thomas's, while the Josephians will take on Wesley College, who managed to win their game against Science College across the park at Havelock Park. And that is going to be some very interesting games. But don't forget, in the middle, on 3rd of September, will be the big game. Trinity College taking on Royal College up in Colombo, and up in Palikale rather. They have a massive deficit to catch up to 29 points, but Royal College will be looking to clean sweep the Bradby Shield and make sure that they bring it back to Colombo.
Yes, indeed, Sudarshan. A big game sandwiched in between the 2 semi-finals. The first semi-final is something to look out for, as Isipatana take on St. Thomas's College. Of course, it will be at Havelock Park, and no prizes for guessing. There will be a huge contingent of Isipatana fans. So that's about it from us here at Royal Complex. Until next week, with plenty of rugby action lined up. With me Romario De Silva, and Sudarshan signing off for the Papare.com with our technical and production crew.
ලෝකයට එකතු වෙන්න ඔබට සැරිසරන්න සිත්සේ තෝරාගන්න හැම දේම ඔබ ළඟටම කොතැන හිටියත් එකම යායක් අසීමිත සතුටක් අත්විඳින්න ඔබේ දරස් සොයාගන්න.
For instant pain relief, Baraka Jointies Fast Action Spray, your pain relief partner on the field.
Introducing Quickie.lk, Sri Lanka's favorite online marketplace with a wide range of product categories. Pharmaceuticals, automobile, groceries, electronics, flowers and cakes, homeware and appliances, and special services such as Quickie Concierge and Quickie SOS. Providing you with multiple payment options, quick delivery and reliable customer support. Get anything you want delivered anywhere in Sri Lanka with special late night delivery until 3 a.m. within Colombo and suburbs. Download the Quickie.lk mobile app on your Android or iOS device or visit www.quickie.lk. Quickie.lk. Convenience delivered.
For instant pain relief, Baraka Joint Ease Fast Action Spray, your pain relief partner on the field.
What's the best ceiling sheet, Mr.
That's
Basunda?
the Rhino ceiling. The Rhino ceiling. A wood pattern finish.
You can color it your way. The plain ceiling.
The roofing's Rhino.
The ceiling's Rhino.
Incredible strength. I know.
Durability, that's high.
I know. Cost effective too.
I know.
It's the best choice always.
Over half a century of trust, now in a new formula. Rhino Roofing and Ceiling Sheets.
I know. Rhino.
Pain? Don't let it get you down. For instant pain relief, Baraka Joint Ease Fast Action Spray. Baraka Joint Ease Spray, your pain relief partner on the field.
මොනවදාලු මේ කිසි ක්‍රිස්පි ගතියක් නැහැනේ.
ක්‍රිස්පි නේ? එතකොට මේ කර කර ගාලා හැපෙන්නේ?
කර කර ගාලා හැපෙනවා.
මොනවද කිව්වේ?
ක්‍රිස්පි කේස් මෙතන බෑ. ප්‍රශ්නේ ක්‍රිස්පි නම් උත්තරේ ක්‍රිස්කෝ. මෙලිබන් සේවරි ක්ලික් එකේ ක්‍රිස්පි කික් එක.
ක්‍රිස්පි නේ.
ක්‍රිස්කෝ නේ.
Pain? Don't let it get you down. For instant pain relief, Baraka Joint Ease Fast Action Spray. Baraka Joint Ease Spray, your pain relief partner on the field.
දරස් ලෝකයට එකතු වෙන්න. ඔබට සැරිසරන්න. සිත්සේ තෝරාගන්න. හැම දේම ඔබ ළඟටම. කොතැන හිටියත් එකම යායක්. අසීමිත සතුටක්. අත්විඳින්න. ඔබේ දරස් සොයාගන්න.
For instant pain relief, Baraka Joint Ease Fast Action Spray, your pain relief partner on the field.
Welcome to the universe of the Raz. Whatever you want, whatever you need, all you can imagine is on your feet. When miles are abridged, happiness is unlocked. Discover your Daraz.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon.